Hey everyone, it is Liz, and I am back to do another reading. I haven't been around in a bit. I think I think every so often taking a break from politics for me is really important, but I have been paying a lot of attention to what's happening, what's going on. So today, I just took a few notes here. I'm going to be looking at birthdays. I'm looking at Steve Bannon. He defied the subpoena from the January 6th House Committee. And so, the AG Garland, they decided that they would find him in contempt. And so now Attorney General Merrick Garland has to decide if he's going to be prosecuting this person. Now, Bannon's birthday is 11/27/1953. So his life path number is a 5611. I'm an 11. I'm a 2911. 11 is a master number. It's a higher octave, of the number two. Um, 11 is when I might, again, 11 is an 11. If you're an 11, you're an 11. And the thing is, any of the master numbers, which are, let's see, 11, 22, 33, and I want to say 44, but I'm not 100%, and I should be. But Mr. Bannon came into this earth plane, as all 11s do, when things can be a little bit more challenging, but the rewards in the end can be greater. Okay. So he may have come into this world with a great deal of challenges, but obviously he's managed to overcome a great deal of these challenges. Also, with this 11 vibration, the 5611, he can be really good on putting on the BS, putting on a performance. And he's very good at lying. I think that's the other thing I see with Bannon is that, again, with defying the subpoena, he's got this attitude, which does show up in the cards that I pulled, that he can just beat anything, that he can, he thinks that he's like, I guess, how people saw the former disgraced, twice impeached Trump. Okay, so he got away with a lot. They called him Teflon Don and all that, but that's not going to last forever either. So Merrick Garland's birthday is 11/13. He's a Scorpio, 1952, and interestingly, his life path number is a 41/5. Now, the 41/5 in general is a very compassionate vibration. The five in itself is it's order, it's tradition, it's the Hierophant card. Okay, this is someone in my mind, because this is his life path number, who believes in tradition, who believes in values, traditional values, ethics, and morals, and being part of something that matters to him is very important. Okay, and his personal year number currently, let's see, he's coming into on his birthday a 2911. So this is, I know the 2911, that's my life path number. This guy is, I would say right now, really motivated, because that card, the 2911, is the Three of Wands, which means that he's looking at all that he's done in his past. He's an experienced prosecutor. Okay, he's got the experience, and he's also understanding that he has a team of people that he can work with that can help him if he decides to do this. So let's take a look. The decks that I'm using today, I bought a new deck a couple of weeks ago, and this is a deck that's been around for a while, and it's called the Zombie Tarot, and it's really fun. The artwork is actually really cool and funky. It kind of reminds me of like that Pulp Fiction type of art, but let me see. Yeah, it is the Zombie Tarot. It comes in this really cool box, and it's really hard to open, by the way. I think that's my only complaint about this deck. As you can see, I'm struggling to open this box, and I don't know if it's just me. But when you open the box, you have the book inside. Okay, so this is a great deck. I would say you want to start with this deck or right ahead. The other deck I'm using, as I just broke a nail, oh shoot, is of course this is my Sibylla della Zingara. Okay, so this is the Sibylla della Zingara, and so I'm looking at, again, will Merrick Garland make the decision to prosecute uh, Steve Bannon. Looking at the first couple of cards I pulled, the first card I pulled is that of the Five of Cups, and that's the recent past. And I think for Merrick Garland, for Attorney General Garland, I mean, take a look at the artwork. I want you to admire. I mean, this is a great deck. It is disappointment. It's sadness. I think that Garland has, I see the ghosts here, and you see the ghosts in the picture, if you can see them up here. In my mind, don't mind me, guys. I dropped a bunch of paperwork as I was working earlier. I kind of feel like, it's like Attorney General Garland is remembering. I think he was grieving the country. I think he, along with all of us, most of us, were grieving on the day of the insurrection. I know that I was not in a good place that day. But he is feeling, that he needs to step up to the plate. I think he believes, with the ghosts that I'm seeing in this picture, the hit I'm getting is that, he doesn't want to disappoint, uh, those that were before him, the Constitution itself. I believe this is a man who really believes in the law and really believes in the Constitution. He shows up, the clarification card is that of the lover, and I mean, the lover is someone who is, it's not just a romantic vibration, but this is someone we can count on. This is a reliable person. This is someone who is seen as, he loves his country. He's a good family man. He's a decent man. We've never heard any crap about this, anything horrible about this man. And so, again, clarifying the card of the Five of Cups, this lover vibration is perfect for Attorney General Garland, because he is a devoted family man, and he's a devoted man when it comes to his career and to government and to the law. Okay, now moving into the current energy, where it is now. Okay, as far as where Attorney General Garland is standing, his current mode of thinking, his current state of mind is strength, man. I love this strength card. I'm not into guns or bullets, but I mean, this is clearly telling you that his mind is on, like one thing, and that is making sure that he has a strong enough case to prosecute. He wants to make sure all his ducks are in the row. He has got enough bullets to protect himself. He wants to make sure that everything is in order, okay? That he's got, it's almost like the smoking gun type of vibration, right? I mean, I kind of feel like the clarification card here, as I'm dropping everything, as I'm reading, you guys, pardon me for being such a klutz today. You've got clarifying the strength card. You've got the card of the pleasure seekers. And what's interesting in this situation is, it can be a very positive card, but I believe, because we're talking about, Garland prosecuting, if he's going to prosecute Bannon, I think this is more of that carefree energy of Bannnon, which is, this is a guy who eats a lot, he drinks a lot, he smokes a lot. This is not a healthy looking man. And I believe that, there's gluttony. I heard the word gluttony. I think that this is someone who is in a serious state of confusion. And if not confusion, I think the other word I'm hearing is, he is deliberately associating himself with people who are really self-absorbed and just want to have everything. They want to have their money. They want to have, they want to have their cake and they want to eat it too, and they don't want to pay their taxes. And there's all sorts of espionage. The words I'm hearing is espionage. So I don't know what that has to do with anything, but Spirit just said espionage. So I'm not sure what that's about. If I can come back to it, I will. But I want, the feeling I get with Attorney General Garland's current state of mind is that, he's making sure that all his ducks are in a row. He's making sure that this case is strong enough to prosecute. Moving into the immediate future, we've got this Nine of Cups, which is, it's known as the wish card, right? Getting what you want, being in a place where you feel satisfied and grateful and happy, and it's clarified by this card of the servant. So again, when I look at these cards together, Okay, I can kind of show you guys what I'm seeing here, okay? Um, you know, it's the immediate future, which is Garland, Attorney General Garland, is in a place in his life where he's happy to be there. He's happy to serve. He's happy in this position. And a lot of people are hoping he's going to step up. I mean, with the servant card alone, literally the servant card is that of a professional person who could be of service. Literally, whether it's service in the government, service, in the army, service as far as working in a different field altogether, but as far as uh, uh, Attorney General Garland is concerned, what I love about the servant card is that they are here to serve because they're loyal. And he's loyal. This is a very loyal, faithful person. He's loyal to the Constitution. He's loyal to the law. Okay. And I have to say that he's here to serve. He is here because he cares very much about doing the best job he can. This is a very faithful servant. Now, moving into the activation vibration, which is, what is the best course of action going forward? So with Merrick Garland's vibration here, we've got this really interesting star card. It's a star, but it's more military, or governmental, right? The star is about hope and faith, believing. I mean, think about military and, the men and women that serve our country, they have hope and they have faith in democracy. They have faith in our country. They believe in freedom, our freedoms. And so Merrick Garland, as far as activation vibration with this major arcana card, this is a gentleman who really believes in the power of the truth. He really believes in doing everything by the book, but he has faith in the Constitution. He has faith in law, and clarifying it is the old woman. And the old woman is a very wise woman who has lived a life that can now be described as someone who can give you very good advice from their experience. And so, looking at these two cards together, the vibration here is, again, yes, she's a very wise woman. It could be that Merrick Garland is, Attorney General Garland is working with a group of people, and one being an older woman or an experienced person who has great ideas. It's wise counsel. So I believe that he is now in the future, as far as his activation is concerned. It seems to me that he is going to be looking into obviously prosecuting this man, and he wants to make sure he's got everything he needs, because in moving into outside influences for this situation, the influences around him, this is the Nine of Wands. Take a look at it. This is like the Wounded Warrior card. This is prepared strength. So he is dealing with a lot of enemies and a lot of, these MAGA fans and these Trump people and, these Republicans that are refusing to tell the truth, even though they know, because we've read the articles in the newspapers, we've seen it. They will. I think there was a time, I might have heard Adam Kinzinger, who's on he's the Republican on the January 6th committee. He has even said, I think, in secret, there are Republicans that are appalled by what's happening, but they're afraid of the base. This is all about the base, the MAGA base. But what I'm also sensing here with the situation with Merrick Garland is, I kind of feel like he's getting pressured, to not necessarily pressured, but he feels the pressure. He's looking at what took place on January 6th and the police officers that were hurt, what happened to the Capitol. I mean, I believe that this is someone that is very defensive, and I believe that he is prepared for whatever Bannnon and his lawyers have planned. I don't believe it works, because we've got the Thief card reversed, which is clarifying. It's clarifying this card. The Thief card, when it's reversed, you've got they've been caught. When he's upright, they get away with it, right? It's about getting away with something. But when it's reversed, Yeah, you have been caught red-handed. So what I'm kind of seeing here as I see a light going off in my head, there will be more documents and evidence coming forward. Um, this will not be the first. I don't think this will be the only time where we're going to need Attorney General Garland's authority and need him to step up. So in my mind, he's getting pressure, or he feels the pressure to prosecute. His hopes and his fears is that with the Six of Wands, he does prosecute, that this is a victory. But it's more than that, because yes, the Six of Wands is definitely, he's hoping that if he does prosecute, he can win this case, but not just win it, but make sure that when it goes to court, right, when he's prosecuted, that he wins, that he can win this case and make sure that Bannnon testifies. Because if he's found guilty, he's found guilty. And the clarification card is joyfulness reversed. So again, it's that underhanded energy that he's afraid of, that sneaky, clandestine, messy energy that he's afraid of, that there could be more. I feel like, honestly, I don't know if he's afraid for his life, but I think the man he knows that these are tenuous times, that these are dangerous, these are scary times. So he understands that these people are playing, dirty pool, because the outcome, the last couple of cards I pulled, you've got the Five of Wands and you've got the Service card. So the outcome here is, I believe that if he decides to prosecute, this Five of Wands is like, I believe that this is a no. You've got parties fighting. You've got, give me a second. It's a feeling of being defeated. I feel like I think that Steve Bannon knows, even though maybe right now he doesn't recognize. I think Steve Bannon's living in his own fantasy world. And I truly believe that he's deliberately ignoring the law. And he thinks that with the Five of Swords here, that as long as he is, I don't know, protected by Trump, that he'll win this. But I really feel, even as I look at this card, that Bannon can't win this. And I think that Merrick Garland is frustrated because you've got the card of service. And the service card is, again, it's loyalty, but it's doing his job. The difference between the servant and service is that service is, I'm doing my job that I'm getting paid for. I'm following the law. He's following what he needs to follow. So to me, this isn't an easy outcome here. To me, I feel like he will go ahead and make the decision to prosecute. I believe that he will find enough evidence, enough documentation to move forward with this. It's not going to be easy, and this won't be cut and dry, although it should be, right? We haven't prosecuted anybody in 40 plus years, I think it's been. The last time this happened was a witness who worked for the Nixon administration during Watergate. And she didn't, she ignored her subpoena. And they did. It was all the Republicans and the Democrats agreed to send this to the Attorney General at that time. And that Attorney General did indeed prosecute. And it was a woman, and she was found not guilty. So she didn't have to say anything. In this situation, it's a little bit different. The energy feels different and yet similar. Okay, even though we know that we only got 9 Republicans, not all of them, but the energy shift feels different. I feel like the bottom cards I pulled here, you've got the Six of Cups. So this has happened before, and God, I'm dropping cards left and right. The Six of Cups is a memory. It's nostalgia. It's, in this situation, Merrick Garland understands this has only happened once before. And here's the Seven of Cups. So I think that Bannon is completely delusional and being very unrealistic. And I also believe that Merrick Garland he's looking at all of his options. What can I do here? He has to prosecute him or not. And the moon card is saying, he doesn't want to make a mistake. He doesn't want to let his emotions control his actions. And at the end of the day, with the hermit, he's going to have to. I know that's a funky card there, but the hermit itself is one that enlightens, and even in this scenario, in this picture with the hermit here, Merrick Garland is ignoring the peer pressure here, and he's focusing on the documents. He's focusing on the evidence. So I believe that, how many cards is that? Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry for being so unstable with my camera. Let me fix that. Okay, so again, what I'm sensing here is, what I'm sensing here is that, there are going to be some people giving him a hard time or trying to convince him not to prosecute, but I believe that he probably will. I think that I feel like he just cannot prosecute. I feel like he's looking at all of his options. We've got the card of the Lord here on the bottom of this deck. So I feel like with the Lord card, this is a card of protection. Okay, so I feel like Attorney General Garland wants to make sure that everyone is safe, everyone is protected. Again, with the card of love, he's doing this job because he loves his country and he loves the law. And we've got the soldier, which is someone who is defending our country. And then one more card here would be that of the letter, which I believe will be delivered to Steve Bannon because he will be prosecuted. So he will be notified of prosecution. And then the last couple of cards, which is faithfulness reversed, this is Steve Bannon's going to try to get out of this. Don't be surprised if Bannon tries to get out of even this. But by the way, the very last card is that of misfortune. There's no help for Bannon. He could hire the most expensive attorneys in the world. If he wants to leave the country, I don't see him doing it. I see him trying to defy. It's interesting. He's trying to defy Merrick Garland. And I think it's going to get him in more trouble with the enemy is the very last card I'm pulling. The enemy is a very dark vibration for Bannon. Turbulent times are ahead. I have to say that I believe Merrick Garland will, and if I'm wrong, forgive me, but I kind of get this vibe that he will decide to prosecute, but he's going to make sure that he has all his ducks in a row and that he has everything that he needs. He's not going to put up with peer pressure from the media, from the Republicans, from Trump, from anybody. And even if there's a bit of a delay, the delay is only because he's doing his job. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful. I hope this made sense. If you guys have any feedback, please leave feedback. If you have questions, if there are political questions that you want me to answer, anything you want me to look at, let me know. I need ideas. Okay, so I am still trying to grow my channel. Once I get to 1,800 subscribers, I will eventually choose randomly 2 subscribers to receive a free reading with me by phone for 15 minutes. And also I have lots of openings available coming up this week. So I will post my Square appointment link and my email. So if you want to email me with any questions about politics or you have celebrity questions, let me know, or questions about readings. And also I will be offering tarot card classes again. So if that interests you at all, let me know. So stay safe, everybody. Stay healthy. Have a happy Halloween. I hope I see you guys before then. And blessings to all. Bye-bye.